We already studied some effects, video transition effects, right? Video transitions we studied. In video effects also, there are some transitions, okay? See, in video transitions, we went to video transition effects. Video transition means you can do this one end of the video only. Video transition, end of the video. For example, 3D motion cube spin means end. You cannot do middle anywhere. On end you can do it. For example, and if you do this one, I drag and drop, so you can see that effects, there is nothing there. I'm going to cut over here. So here, if I'm doing this between, you see I'll be getting this effects, right? Flip over. So these effects are video in video transition. Now in video effects, I have some transition, but that video effects transition, I can keep anywhere, even between also, okay? It doesn't mean that it should be only on the center. Block dissolve. If I drag and drop, the entire area I have given, but you need to do keyframe for it. So this is what happened in the block dissolve. Okay, maybe between you can go and connect to the next video. Next video should be behind it. Okay, so how this block dissolve should be the block width. If you want, you can customize it. This way you can do this dissolve. Block height can be adjusted and do it. Feather, if you want, can be do it. Okay, so this way can be. So this one between, but you need to do keyframe like here, 0 space, for like from here. Right. Block dissolve. Next one, gradient wipe. Again, I'm doing between somewhere. Okay, anywhere can be do. Gradient wipe. See this transition. Now this how softness should be that I can increase and decrease this way. Okay. You can connect. Okay, so actually if you have one more video behind, you can connect to that one, see the gradient layers. For example, now I will try to do the same video, then same video, I keep it behind, okay? Now select on the first one, and here, video 2, right? Yeah, already given now, video 1, video 1, video 1. Now the transition happened because between to the first one to second one, the gradient. First video, then connect to the next video. The next video I'm keeping on behind now, okay? Invert gradient, opposite. Okay, so this sometimes we use that. Linear wipe is there. I'm going to keep linear wipe. You can keep keyframe, of course, everywhere. Linear this way. Angle can be adjusted, and feather can be to on the border. Okay, this is linear wipe. Radial wipe, again similar kind of wipe only, but it will be a clockwise kind of, right? This way. In some short movies and all, we say like after 1 hour, after 1 minute. Okay, so this kind of based on the time, if you're saying some subject, so you want to get a transition based on the time, you can try this transition from. So of course the angle you can adjust from where you want to start, the wipe from corners, and of course center is better. Clockwise or counterclockwise you can do, or both you can do, so it can happen both sides. So it depends on what you want to say through the transitions, you can try as per that. Gradient. Venetian lines, you can see lines kind of transition gonna come like this of line. This line direction can change to any side, and the width of course can be adjusted, and the feather of that you can adjust it. Okay, Venetian lines. These are the transition which is having inside video effects. The video effects, these are the transitions you have. Next area in the stylize, the stylize area, you have studied in Photoshop the same effects. The same effects we're going to do here also. So I can quickly say, but you have to remember these all effects which you can give it in a second somewhere, while editing to get some transitions. When you see some other people are working on it, then you understand I can utilize it. I'm just telling an example. Emboss, if I do this is emboss. Nobody needs this emboss effects, right? It's not beautiful effects. But some situations in some shot, when we add it, it will be suitable to that and it will be beautiful result you're going to get it. So that's the result of the stylized area actually. Okay, so alpha glow, you can ignore that. You need some black and white area. You can ignore that FX for time being. Brush stroke, when you drag and drop, you can get same like Photoshop effects. See, in Photoshop, we have the same effects, right? But we don't use much, but still. In some scenarios, in some backgrounds, some colors, some kind of background when we're making, you want random backgrounds or something, similar area, you try and play with the settings, you can get it. Sometimes it's suitable work. Quickly color emboss, a color will emboss on it. You see the direction, which side if you want to emboss it, how much relief you can increase and decrease. You see embossing, that contrast can be adjusted. So, and their video comes like this. Okay, and remember each and every effects inside you have mask, so you can do mask, so only happens that area only. So any of the effects which I'm saying here, everybody have mask, so whatever effects I'm saying, it can happen only inside the mask. It's also possible, remember that. I remove that. Emboss, I told you now, we're going to get this effects from there, and you can again control this, which side of direction, this all the thing can be. Okay, control this properly. Simple, you can directly take. I don't need to spend a lot of time on it. Find it this similar effects. It's nice effects you use in movies and all, sometimes in some shot. For example, see, in this shot, I want to highlight something. Okay, in this shot. So I remove this find edges. Cut here. This one I have done this way. So just I'll get a feed on that area. Right, that shot. Maybe while doing, maybe I'm doing few cuts here and there, and some I've selected and delete. This one I've selected and delete. So you can get a flickering also on it. You see? I repeat, I'll show you one more time what I did it. So this is that incident, okay? So here I use C, razor tool, I'm gonna cut it some shots here and there. Sorry, before that, do one thing. First you do find edges on this all, then you cut it between. Okay, then between one go here, find it, just delete. Go here, find it, just delete. And next here I'm going to delete. Delete it. So you see. So this one, not only find it, this any of the things you can use it. Find edges. Okay. So this is how you want to blend it, how much you need to do, you can do it in. So you have seen some of the effects. This kind of effects you can try on any of the stylized effects. Okay. Mosaic, you can see that we're going to disappear using this one. Okay. So the mosaic effects you might have seen disappearing. So of course you can mask it in for example, one of the half side you don't want to show. Okay, so you can mask it. Mosaic effects. Posterize it, the same like Photoshop effects. You can adjust the property. I'm not going to more. Replicate is good. You can replicate the video to more than one. Again, some short we do have seen in promos and all. 4. Okay, so do I do 2? If I do 3, it will multiply. Even you can animate it, count from 3 to 0. So there is one thing is there. For this one is minimum 2 because replicate. Otherwise, you need to replicate options. You need to switch off that. It's also possible. So I do 4 then. 8. Okay, I can do keyframe also on the replicate. Replicate means it will multiply it, right? Rough and edges can make it work. This only talk about the borders on. If you want to do the borders have some rough and subjects, you see the sharpness, control this one, check this all property. Don't want to spend a lot of time on it. Okay, adjust this complexity. So the borders will be like. So you're saying some, I want to say some classical stories. Okay, so I want to get a feel on the borders like that. Maybe my color tone is something else. Quickly I can change color, and I already told you in the last sessions. Geometric control goes to input is there, right? Similar, we have curves, creative. If you go to creative, you can see many color tone here. Try anyone. I want a classical color tone, right? Choose something. I'm just scrolling this one, okay? I'm getting different color tone. See, maybe this is a look kind. Okay, so can we do rough and just some situations like that, some subjects like that? You find it what you want. Solarize also again the same way. You see the negative kind of result. Again, you can do mask and show only in that area. Check it. Strobe light is using to give flicker. Flicker means so here I want to do a flicker. Strobe light. If I add it, you need to adjust this strobe light durations and make it less. .5, and this is 0.3. It should come in an aspect when only. Now this is that strobe periods. Okay, this is the duration. 0.5. Reduce. Increase a bit. Durations to .05. Okay, so remember this value, then it's easy for you to do. Okay, 0.5, 0.05, and 0.1. See the flickering happens. That both should come in same proportion. One is strobe duration, one is strobe period per second. Okay, this one you don't need every, but maybe some area. So this area I'm selected, deleted, and after that also I've deleted. I have only in some place strobe light. Just remember this node value, then it's easy for you. You don't need to find like this. 0.05, 0.1 strobe light. Texturize give you a particular pattern of texture you can apply on a background. For example, soccer, right? Soccer pattern. texture. Maybe this kind of a pattern I need. Okay. Or have watermark. Okay, I'm gonna try something from here. Save image. White and black is not recommended, but we'll try. Okay, we have this. This is a pattern maybe we have. Okay, keep this one below, and the top one you have done texturize, right? And this is on which layer? On video 3. So select this one and change this texture layer to video 3. So that pattern is coming. Okay, now you can select this one and adjust the properties based on that. What is the directions if you want to texture contrast, how much you want, a bit, little bit only, that kind of texture. Tiling, center only, stretch to fit. So I'd like to do tile textures. The textures we have taken is suitable, that's fine. So this way you can do, actually, if instead of this one, I can make another video over here. So what happened? The second, if I am choosing this video 2 from here, I choose video 2. So the second video will be the texture. Hope you can see that. See, this is actually other video. 2 video is going to merge it. Of course, we don't need, I just showed you only, but what actually you need to get this kind of a texture to do, texturize it. Next one is threshold. Again, like before I told you, this is also using in the promo works and all. You should have more light kind of sequence than somebody get it. You should have light on it. Threshold, in Photoshop, what is threshold? I don't need to explain more about threshold. It's completely dark because of the ground. Okay, so see this kind of an effect. So somebody can do again like flickering kind of an effects. You can try on it. So this is about stylize. Okay, so I want to add one more point when I say, because especially we discussed about strobe light and all. While doing this promo work, I'll show you some of the technique to do flickering. Okay. Is there any effects over here? No. Now, for example, if you want to do flickering over here, see razor tool, zoom it, cut. Okay. Of course, audio you make it separate is better. Audio rendering it. Then razor tool, cut maximum close to this. You cut for zoom it maximum, then cut it. Okay. Select delete. Between 1 frames, you're going to delete it. Then also you get a flicker effects. This is manually we are creating. Okay. One is this. If you want white flicker on it, open a new title. Title has white color on it. Completely white color. Okay. Take a rectangle shape. If the fill color is not there, ensure your fill color should be here. Make it white. And you need to take that files too on top of it. Select only here till here. Cut it. I just cut that. Okay. Now here you do crop again. What I have done that, same thing you can try on this. Then you're going to delete again between. So you will have a flashlight, like photography. Or you can use strobe light, same white color. This is black, this is white. So this one, if you don't want this much flicker, you can select and do this 50%. Okay, so you can copy this effects, Control C, and select everything, Control V. So flicker intensity will be less. White and this black. Okay, manually we created the flicker. So ensure now, until now, the sessions what I have taken now, you can check that stylize all the options and check the manually how we create the flicker in black and white.